Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Logically Not. So I picked up Nightreign. Um I've been playing it about a couple of days, 2 days. I guess I got it Saturday night. Um I was not looking forward to this game coming out. So I totally forgot about it. Uh, just with the description saying it was gonna be like a battle royale. Just, Warzone. I've never played Fortnite, but like Warzone, you know, I can play almost anything, but that's just unplayable to me. Just a camp fest. I can't. I mean, they just ruined Call of Duty. I used to love Call of Duty, but they ruined it with that mode right there. I mean, it is. I mean, terrible, terrible. But you know, with this game, they said it was going to be like that, or kind of had that spin on it. So no, I was not looking forward to it. Like I didn't have marked on my calendar, anything like that, and I forgot about it. And I turned on my PlayStation, and I seen that it was on the dashboard, and I was like, well, you know what? Let's just pick it up and see what's going on with it. So I got it, and for about the first 2 hours, my you know I wasn't digging it. It just kind of the combat felt kind of off to me. And look, I'm a huge Souls fan. Um, I love those games. Love Elden Ring, Sekiro, um, Bloodborne. Love all those games. Some of my favorite games uh, of all time. But I've never really played co-op um, in Elden Ring. Now, I think I've played a couple of bosses with somebody before. Um, help somebody beat a boss or two that I had on my friends list. Uh, but as far as like just getting into playing co-op, I've never done it. So this is completely new for me. I've done a lot of PvP like in Souls, but as far as like playing co-op, Elden Ring, I just don't do it. So it's definitely new for me, and this is very unique. I really the first, like I said, the first 2 hours, I just didn't care for it. Like I said, the combat felt off. Just kind of felt weird the way it was set up. I didn't, you know, couldn't really figure out exactly what they were trying to do there. But then I beat the first boss, okay, with a couple of randoms, and it hooked me. Um, and I guess I kind of like helping people progress in the game. It's kind of like, you know, take my knowledge and my skill that I've had playing these games all these years. I've been playing them a very long time, since the beginning, um, and take my knowledge and skill and help people uh, beat a boss. Um, it's very rewarding for me. Once we go back to being, talking about gaming being rewarding, I like things that are rewarding, and I guess helping some people that may not be the best at the game, or maybe they're struggling or whatever. Help them, you know, achieve a goal. Okay, and it seems minute and small, whatever, but I'm always looking for things that are rewarding in gaming and that are challenging. It's definitely a challenge. Now, probably on their own, like if it was scaled down, a single player, something like that. I mean, it might not be that bad, but when you're playing with people and you're trying to keep them alive and all these other things, it just brings a whole different spin to the game, right? Into this genre, this type of game. Um, and I just think that's I love rewarding, and I love a challenge, and it's definitely a challenge. Um, Doing this, like I said, on its own. If I were just playing solo, if they had it scaled down or whatever, because you don't get to try the boss over and over and over again, all right, to get his moveset down. You got to play a whole round to get back to the boss, and you got to do it with some randoms. Okay, so that's you know That's a lot, you know. And you may not see a ball. You can't just stand at the ball door and go in over and over and over again until you get the moves down, right? So it's been very very fun. Now I've killed 3 or 4 bosses since I've been playing, 3 or 4 different bosses, and I'm gonna have some of that gameplay in this video. But I see some people, people online, the content creators, and I see some comments and like on different things where people are not having don't like the game because of the randoms, and it doesn't have a mic. Uh, I think all that's intentional, right? You playing with randoms and then not having a mic and all this stuff. I think all that stuff's intentional. I could be wrong, but it just seems like they put those things in there for a purpose. They wanted this to be very challenging, and they wanted you to have to be versatile, right? You can't go in with a meta build, or you can't go in with your, the build that you like, that you play with. You have to be versatile. You have to pick up weapons and use them. And I think, like I don't use heavy weapons, but I find myself playing with a lot of heavy weapons now, which is definitely, it's different, right? Yeah, I don't play with heavy weapons on these games. I play with like katanas and stuff, but I have been playing with heavy weapons because it's like the best weapon I got, right? So, um, I think all that stuff's intentional, okay? And I can understand people getting frustrated with the randoms. Random people are unpredictable. Okay, you may have a good player, you may have a bad player, you may have a player don't know, not a lot of knowledge about the game. You might have a player that's trying to sabotage you. There's all kind of things that it's random. Okay, you're playing randoms, random stuff happens. But there's a few things that we could do that we can predict what they're going to do, and we're going to use that to our advantage. So, I kind of want to make this video. I'm going to show y'all some gameplay, and then we'll go into what I'm doing to be successful in pubs. Um, Now I just got a couple of tips, couple 2 or 3 tips, and we'll get into that as we watch the gameplay. But hey, stick around. You won't want to miss it. Like I said, I can almost always get to the boss room. Beating the boss is a different story. Getting to the boss room, more often than not, I'm gonna get my team to the boss room. Um, but anyway, stick around. We'll have some tips. Appreciate it. All right. So we had a slight change of plans. I was gonna add a few more bosses in to this video, but I can only do an hour-long video. So I wanted to include this full run because it's gonna just kind of show everything that I'm doing. As far as what I'm going to talk about, as far as the tips about playing with randoms. So it was just going to run too long if I'd add in those other clips. So we're just going to do this one. I'm going to just tell y'all what I'm doing, explain what I'm doing, and then I just let it finish playing out. I believe I was talking in it or whatever, but yeah, well, I may do another video with some more bosses, but I just wanted to make sure I included this full run. It was a good run, and we done really good, and we was fighting Adele, so he was pretty tough. Uh, but yeah, it was a really good run, and it just kind of shows everything that I'm doing when I play. Uh, when I'm playing, so that's what we'll do. First and foremost, like I said earlier, we can predict how a random's gonna play. Sometimes, a lot of times it's random, but sometimes you can predict. So this is probably the biggest tip. The first tip I'm gonna give you is probably the most important tip, and it's not gonna seem like it is, but if you try it, you'll see that you know it'll be a whole lot better for you um, if you do this. Okay. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to do this, uh, but you're gonna have to. Um, if somebody's putting up uh, pins, okay, if somebody's throwing up pins when you first start out, just follow them. Just follow them. Don't. Yeah, that's where a lot of disconnect comes in because people want to control. They think gamers have a huge ego. Okay, that's it's a big problem in gaming. There's a lot of ego in gaming, and everybody thinks they know the best and they're the best or whatever they want to think. Right. So when you got a guy throwing up pins right away, okay, just just go with it, man. Just go with it. Let him do his, he wants to control it. Because look, as soon as you start trying to put up another pin or, you're not following his, it's going to frustrate him. He's going to get mad. And then the first time you die or the first time something doesn't go right, he's going to quit. Okay? That anybody that starts doing that immediately, like they don't like sit there a minute and see if you may want to put one up. They want to control the game. Okay? And just let them control it. Okay? Your mindset should be, hey, it doesn't matter where he goes. Go wherever you want to, dude. Now you probably know you shouldn't be fighting that. You probably shouldn't be fighting Tree Sentinel as a 3, because they will do that, right? They'll put you on something that you need to be fighting later on. They'll put you on it early, but just run with it. You know, that's going to be the first thing that's going to get somebody to quit or get them disconnected from the game. Is you not following them? Are you trying to, put up another pin when they're trying to put a pin because they think they know best, right? It doesn't matter if they're bad or terrible or they don't know anything or it's like their first time. They just want to control it, right? So what you do is you go ahead and just follow them. As you see me doing this gameplay, I'm just following them, dude. Just put it where you want to put it, dude. Put it wherever you want to put it, and we'll go kill whatever's there, right? And then, if there's another guy wanting to control it, if you're following, so it's 2 out of 3, so you most of the time that other person's going to follow line. Now, sometimes you'll have a guy that just won't follow both of you, all right? And he may end up quitting or something, or it may take him a little while to catch on that he needs to be following you, but, for the most part, man, as long as you just roll with it. Go with it, man. Well, whatever they want to do, dude, go play it. Okay, it's not worth it. Sit there and argue with them, or they'll be split up, and then die, and then they die one time. Like you don't follow them and they die, which a lot of times they'll just die, and then they quit. Okay, if you follow them and you kill the stuff that they put you on, okay, they're going to stay in the game. Okay, because they want to beat the boss, right? Um, I think a lot of people have uh, when people quitting, it's either uh, they're they're either playing, either somebody's quitting on you, you're playing really bad, or you're not following them. Okay, I think that's going to be the biggest thing, dude. Is somebody not you're not following them and follow them. Go to the pin every time. Like don't stop and another reason you don't want to go off by yourself. Don't engage. This is my next tip. Okay. Don't engage enemies that you don't need to engage. Okay. Don't engage enemies that you don't need to engage. All right. Because stuff will kill you quick on this game, right? So if you die, all right. So if you're going to a pin and you see something over to the side, that you're like, hey man, I'm gonna go kill that real quick. Don't do it. Don't do it. You wanna know why? Because if you go off by yourself and something kills you, you're not gonna get picked up. They're randoms. Okay, you got to know that. Unless you're in the boss room, unless you're fighting a boss where they uh, have to pick you up, or they might lose. All right. Most of the time, you're not gonna get picked up if you engage something away from them.
Okay, and even if they're, you know what I'm saying, like in the boss room, they're always going to try to pick you up, almost always. That's always not a good day either. We'll get into that, but they'll almost always pick you up in the boss room. But like if I'm here, like right here, like if I took off and went over there, and they went left and I went right and went to kill something else and I died, I can certainly expect not to get picked up. Okay, no, they're not going to come pick you up, and that's going to be very detrimental to the run. Okay, because if you die, all right, and you don't get picked up, you're going to lose a level. All right, if you're not at least an 8 or a 9, all right, when you get to the final boss, the run's pretty much over. Okay, two most important things is level, all right, and flask. All right, unless you're extremely cracked, you're not going to beat the final boss on like a level 7 or level 8. Most people ain't going to do it on 8. 9 is doable. 10, 11, 12. You don't need to lose no level. Okay? Because if you're following somebody, all right, and they don't make the right choices, all right, you got to live with that. All right? Because you're following them. So they may not put you on enough flask. That happens all the time. People just want to go try to level up, but they forget about the flask. And then you get to the second ring, and you're sitting there with 4 flasks. That happens a lot, but you still with it, man. Not everybody's like that, and you know it's like excuse me, it's like how do I word this? Look, just like I said, don't. I have to be careful what I say. I don't want to say whatever, but you just gotta roll with it, right? Just roll. Which just kind of leads me to my next tip. All right. Um, always try to pick them up. Okay, no matter where you're at. All right, boss room. Uh, you know, in the regular world, whatever. Need to try to pick them up. All right. Because they will quit if you don't attempt to pick them up. Now, if they've got a bunch of bars on them, if they got like 3 bars on them, you can kind of play it off. You can go over and whack them a couple of times, and then if you're not able to get them up, just kind of roll away. But you have to make like an effort, right? The first time you don't make an effort, you might lose a person. All right. So always trying to make an effort to pick somebody up, except, all right, except when you're at the final boss. All right. If and you're at the final boss, if a dude has 3 bars on him, you might as well consider him dead. All right. You're not going to. I mean, especially if you're the last man standing. All right. You can probably you can get him up if you've got another person to get the boss's attention away from you while you pick somebody up with 3 bars. But it's just so hard to knock that down with the boss on top of you if you're the last man standing. It's so hard to knock that off of them that you're just probably not going to be able to do it. Okay, so if you get down, if you're at the final boss and you get him down to like quarter health or less, and the other 2 people go down, got 3 bars on them, it's solo at that point. All right, because then you ain't worried about making them mad. All right, you trying to win. All right, and you know, win or lose, what you're gonna lose if you got 2 people with 3 bars laying down, you go over and try to get them up. You're definitely gonna lose then, or you're gonna, unless you get very lucky. If your last man standing got 2 dudes to 3 bars, it's just best to just go at it solo. Just go, just try to finish it. Um, you know, uh, that's that's an important tip, especially like I said, if you get them down to like low health. and then your teammates are down with 3 bars on them. Now 1 bar, 2 bar, that's doable. You can get them up last man standing. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar. Nah, man. Just try to finish it yourself. Uh, because like I said, you're not worried about making them mad at that point. You're either gonna lose or you're gonna win. But you're never gonna see them again. So it doesn't matter if you make them mad. Just do your thing, right? Don't feel like you need to pick them up in that situation. But it's always best to try to pick them up if they've got 1 or 2 bars. Um, you know, that's kind of like the biggest things. Um, you're gonna have bad runs and you're gonna have good runs. You're gonna have good players. You're gonna have decent players. You're gonna have, you know, all kind of stuff. But I think as long as you're following the person that's wanting to lead, and look, that don't mean you always follow them. Like sometimes people want you to take the lead. Okay, they'll sit there and wait on you to put up a pin. Now, if that's the case, you put the pin and you go where you want to go, right? And they'll follow you. Like if they're just all just standing around, you first drop in, and they're both of them just standing around waiting on somebody to do something. Then throw up your pin, dude. And they'll follow you. But if somebody as soon as they hit the ground, they start throwing up pins, dude, just follow the guy, man. Just do it. And I'm telling you, your quits will go down drastically. People quitting on you. Uh, you're going to be more successful, okay? Because you're going to stay together. You're going to stay with your group. Um, and I think, and that's going to keep, what I'm saying? If you're with them, they can't get separate from you, right? They can't get separated from you if you're following them. Okay, like if you're trying to lead, they can get separated and then they die and then quit, or they ruin the run. They can just ruin the run, right? Go down, die, and then ruin the run. Uh, those just some things that I do. But yeah, we'll finish watching this gameplay. Uh, I believe I'm on here. I mean, I'm like commentating, but I mean, I'm on there. You'll probably hear me rage a little bit. But yeah, it was a good run. I think I went down one time. This full run, I think I went down one time, but the guy that was throwing the pins did a good job. We had plenty of flask. Well, did we have plenty of flask? I don't know, man. Maybe we didn't have. Maybe we had like 5 flask. I don't remember, dude. But it was a good run either way. Uh, he did a good job getting us some points. I can tell you that. Putting us on. Being efficient with how we were going through the map. But yeah, man. Um, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Uh, Stay tuned. If you don't want to watch this, just skip to the end. Boss is at the end. You can watch us play it. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night, good day. Whenever you watch this, who knows? Appreciate you. See you in the next one. Later.
Wow.
There is no escape for thee, little
Son of
pillager,
a bitch.
bent on sacking the lands of gold.
Bad place to fight this guy, man. God damn! Oh my god, dude. What the fuck we're doing here anyway? Didn't get enough fucking glass, dude. Didn't get enough glass. We're in trouble. No way you got that off. You have to be careful here, dude. God damn it. God damn it. Oh my fucking god, man. Oh my fucking god, dude. Out of blast. You fucking asshole. Wow! Stay back, Jake. Take your opportunities when you get them. Fuck. Fuck you, bitch. God damn it. Oh, fuck. Got him! Let's go! Got it, baby.